Hey everybody, welcome back to the Poker Vlog. This time we're at vlog number 47, Poker with Kids. And this time we're looking at something that we haven't done for a little while on the channel. Talking all things poker chips. Actually going to do something that I haven't done before on the channel, is looking at my personal favourite poker chips for stock poker chips that are available in Australia in mid-2021. All these I've got myself. I've got samples. I've got, in most cases, I've actually got full sets. But yeah, these are ones that I like myself. And if you're in the market for some poker chips, these are the kind of things that you might want to look at. It's something akin to what you find. There's another YouTube channel guy called John Hobbyphilic is the channel that he's got. He does a lot of poker chip reviews. He's based in America, though. The only hassle is he's being based in America. Different suppliers, and essentially you can't get things shipped from America because of the weight. You can get things like samples, but if you're looking in the market for an actual set, unless you're physically going to go to America and get them and bring them back, you really can't get them shipped out, or you can't get them shipped out at any kind of economical rate. So for the most part, there's a limit to what we can get in Australia. It's what is available at the big suppliers that we have. I'll go through a little bit about that. But yeah, poker chips. And let's get started. Okay, the first chips that we're going to look at are actually an also-ran. It doesn't quite cut it for my top 5, but the recently released JPT series from Jack's. They're relatively cheap for what they are, 66 cents a chip. They're a 10 gram ceramic. For a ceramic, that's a fantastic price. This is the first half of the range. I'll get to the second half of the range in a moment. But again, I like them for not only their field being ceramics, they're gone a bit overboard with some of the, I guess, the values. You really don't need like a 10 or a 50. You don't need, you just have like a 5, 25, 100 from the smaller denomination chips. Some of them really stand out. I really particularly like the black with the white. That patterning on the face really makes it stand out. Some of the other ones, maybe the red 5, it sort of looks a bit sort of washed out, or even the green 25. That sort of patterning doesn't really come through, but still a very, very nice chip. And here's the second half of the set. Again, some of the colours really stand out, pop. I really actually like the purple, maybe not so much with the pattern on the face. The 5000, that grey and pink really, really stands out. The one, I suppose, minor issue I have is the denomination that they've chosen for the biggest chip. They've gone for 20,000 rather than, I suppose, what you call a standard value of 25,000. So again, you have that sort of 500, 1,000, 5,000, 25,000 would be your sort of standard breakdown. The 10,000 one you wouldn't really need necessarily, although by all means you could have it in your set. And that sort of red and white patterning is probably a much better version of the $5 red that we had before. So they're definitely different shades, but I think that sort of that shade of red really, really stands out of the two of them. If you look at them from the side, they've again got that patterning continues down the side. They also have the little JPT marked on the side, which I really like. Not such a huge fan of the continuing the pattern from the top to the side with sort of edge spots. Personally, on these type of chips, I actually prefer just a straight colour. So if that was just plain sort of that darker red, sort of darker blue, again with that JPT, and I think they might also have the values. No, they don't. They can put maybe the JPT and a value on them without the edge marks. I think that'd be fantastic. The big ceramics, shuffle well. So really nice set. Really, given that the lowest denomination they have is a 5, really geared for a tournament set rather than a cash game set, unless you're playing particularly big stakes. But yeah, a very, very nice set. Only just misses out on my top 5. The second in my close but not quite ones are these ones here. the Lucky Luciano set, again also available from Jack's Poker. These ones are actually a hybrid ceramic, 8.5 gram chips, and you can see from here there's actually a plastic inlay over the top, which is very shiny, reflective. Comes up better on these ones than down this end, but you can see that sort of reflects a bit there. It's a very glossy thing there. The thing I really like about these chips, not only apart from the feel of them, is the edge spot progression and the colours. Like how they've gone for like the 3 stripes there with a single mark, then you go on to the double mark with 4, then you go up to 8, and then you go to a wider edge stripe there. I like that they've got a 25 cent as a standard denomination, something you don't see in a lot of these chipsets. But yeah, also reminds you a lot of, I believe it's the Aria Bellagio color range. So also good to have that sort of connection to real tournament, real casino chips. And again, another set that I like. One thing that does, I suppose, take away a bit from this set, we've got the second half of the set that's available up in a minute. But these ones are pretty expensive. They come in at $1.62 per chip at Jack. So a bit on the pricey side. Again, great quality, but I think you get much better value with some of the other sets that I get to later that are actually in my top 5. And the final chips in the set, again with that sort of edge spot progression and the colours. Again, if any of you have seen some of those high stakes poker shows on Poker Guru that have come out in the last few years from the studios that they've got set up at Aria, these are the kind of chip colours that you'll see in those ones. So it's really good to see that connection to real casino poker chip colours. And again, really, really nice chips. Just I think you can get better value from some other chips that we'll get to in a little bit. But very, very nice set. Lucky Lucianos. Now for my number 5 poker chip available at present in Australia. This one is the Crown and Minion series. This is available at Jack's Poker. It's a 14 gram China clay chip. Comes in at only 27 cents per chip, so really, really good value. The style's modelled off the tournament set that they use at Crown Casino in Melbourne. Very, very similar sort of style and pattern to the tournament chip sets that they use there. They actually have the chips on here marked with, it says up the top, tournament chip. So I suppose you could use it for cash games again because they specifically have like $1 and $2 chips available. But it is very much set up as a tournament set. This is only part of the range, going from 1 to 100 as your values. Good dominations, love the colours, very bright, very vibrant, and really, really nice chip set. I've actually got this as a tournament set myself. I'll show you that in a little bit. And this is the second part of the set with high denomination values, going from 500 all the way up to 50,000 in terms of chips. And again, vibrant colours, following that pattern from the actual Crown Casino in Melbourne. Obviously, they've stylised things like the crown on the face and things like that. But really, really good chips for what they are. 27 cents, excellent value. And as a bonus, and another thing that you can also get with it is your own dealer button, which is specifically designed to go with the set. Again, that's larger than the chips, so it will stand out from your chip set. But you can have your own specific dealer button that you can have for the set. So really nice set by Jack's, really well priced. 14 grams means they are a little bit heavier than I suppose your average sort of casino chip. But I think you find in home games people actually like the weight. In a lot of cases, they actually prefer something a bit heavier rather than the sort of the cheap plastic sort of 4 gram chips that you might get at a Kmart or something like that. So really, really nice set, and I'll show you the set that I have myself in a minute. But again, a really, really nice set, and number 5 on my list of top 5 chips available now in Australia. Again, looking at it from the side, those colours really, really do stand out. And again, shuffle fine, no problem with shuffling the chips. But again, particularly those vibrant colours and that matching pattern from trying to stylize it based on the actual Crown Casino in Melbourne. So really, really like these chips. And here's my own Crown Millions chip set. So I've got the denominations from 25 all the way up to 25,000. Very much set up as a tournament set. Again, from Jack's Poker based in Sydney. So really, really nice set. And happily use that for tournaments. The next poker chip in the series of top 5 poker chips that are stock and available in Australia. Number 4 for my list. This is the Mint set. Available in a few different places. You can get them from Jack's Poker, although they're not actually there as a standard. They're one that they used to have in their range. They've taken it off their range, but if you do actually search for Mint on the Jack site, you can still get some rolls of 25s of some of these denominations, maybe not all of them. There are some other places around that do sell it as well. I believe Iconic Poker Supplies in Melbourne might also be able to sell you a set of Mint poker chips, but these are around. They might be a little bit tricky to find. At present, they're actually going for 49 cents a chip at Jack's. I believe when I actually got these, they were a bit cheaper. Having said that, they're a 30.5 gram China clay. And again, another one that's nice, simple colours, very clear colours. Like the design on the face, very simple, just pretty much with the value and a bit of a squiggle. So you've got your range here from 25 cent, $1, $5, 25. We'll get to the large denominations in a minute. But again, I like that they've got the same kind of edge pattern with that sort of triangle and the stripe all the way through, but that varies and changes across the denominations. And you can see some consistencies throughout. So things like you've got the pink stripe and you have the pink surround for that inlay section. You've got the red stripe, the red surround. So some of those things are consistent across the range, and I really, really like that. So that's the Mint. This is the first part of it. It's also got a hint of, I suppose, a sort of a gear sort of mold on it. So it is sort of textured like you would see with a lot of casino chips. So they've tried to bring that element into it and make for a really nice chip. And this is the second part of the range, high denomination chips from 100, 500, 1,000 through to 5,000 as their highest denomination. And again, colours are fantastic, particularly like this purple, and the black really stands out with the yellow and blue edging, and that really, really pops. So like the colours, like the feel of the chips. Very, very simple design, very consistent though, and really, really stands out. So really like these chips, and as I said, they were a lot easier to get maybe a year or two ago, but you can still find them around the place in Australia. Again, looking to the side of them, again, those colours really do stand out. Again, that pattern with the triangle and the stripe that you can clearly see coming through on the edges, and again, really easy to shuffle as with all of these chips. Very different feel to, say, like the Crown Millions, which is, it feels a lot heavier. Whereas these ones, they are heavy chips. They do have they do have a metal slug in them to give them some weight, but they don't really feel maybe as heavy as some of those other chips that we've talked about. But again, very, very nice chip set, and something that I have played home games with and would happily play with them again. So very nice set, and I'll get to my set in a minute. So here's my set. It's only a small one. It's only a 300 chip set that I got for the Mint. This is actually one of the first, I believe it was the first set that I purchased with denominations. So me being I suppose the naive chip purchaser at the time, thought, no, I need all the denominations. Whereas in reality, I probably don't. It'd be much better to get, say, just the 25 cent to say $25 and have it strictly as a cash set. But here, you can use it as a cash set for small games, although you can also use it again with the larger denominations as a tournament set if need be. But that's my mint set, so I've definitely put my money where my mouth is and backed up some of these choices with actual purchases of full sets. So next on my list, this time we're at number 3 on my list, Artemis Club. This is a more recent one from Jack's 10 gram ceramic chip. Currently selling for about $1.36 a chip on their website. Again, ceramics, fantastic chips. 10 gram is kind of like a standard casino weight. The thing that I really like about these chips, a couple of things. Not only is I like the colours and the design and that type of thing. Love the design they've got with the on the chips. You can see sort of the Sydney basis. You've got the hint of the skyline. You've got the Harbour Bridge. You've got Centrepoint Tower, that type of thing. The hint of the Opera House just in the shadows of the Harbour Bridge. Love that it's Sydney AU is the location down the bottom. I also like the fact that the inlay is actually it's a matte finish rather than a glossy finish. So as we saw with the Lucky Lucianos that made my close but not quite list, these ones I think don't suffer the same sort of problems with the light, and I think they actually come across feeling much better rather than having that sort of shiny and not shiny section. It's sort of the very consistent feel across the entire chip. The one gripe I do have with the series is that the lowest denomination is a 50-cent chip. Personally, I'd prefer it if it was a 25-cent. Then you'd have your $25, $25 progression, which I think is a more logical progression rather than having a 50-cent and dollar. I mean, if you really want a 50-cent dollar game, it's no big deal to have two 25-cent chips, but it takes away the option of having a 25-cent, 25.50 as an option there. So that's the one gripe I've really got with this set. But again, love the colouring, love the progression and the style of the chips, where you've got sort of the dots around the outside with the sort of faint stripes. Here you've got the sort of almost the wider stripes, and it moves along here, and then by the time you get up to the 25, it's the 8 sort of stripes. So really like the pattern, really like the colours, like the fact that it's set as Sydney as the location. Love the actual design graphic with the Sydney skyline in the background. So really, really nice poker chip set there. And we also have higher denominations as well, going from 100 up to 5,000. Again, continuing with the excellent colour palette that they've used for this. Again, the progression with the colours and the slight variations on the sort of the edge spot design I really like. But yeah, with high denominations, you can use it as a tournament set if you wish. And I think if I were to purchase another stock set, this would be the set that I'd get as my next one. As I said, I really like the matte finish on the face. Really like the design with the Sydney skyline in there, and yeah, really, really nice chip set. In terms of looking at them from the side, again, those colours really, really stand out. You can see those edge spot markings there. Looks fantastic. Again, being a ceramic, fantastic to shuffle. No problem at all. Lovely if you're one for the noises and the sound of the chips. These sound like real casino chips. They're a really, really nice set. And again, as I said, if I was to purchase another set, these would be ones that I'd very, very strongly consider getting. Next on my list, we're up to number 2 for Artemis. These are the first part of the Cleopatra series. There's actually been, I think, 2 extra additions to this set since I actually bought them. They've actually put in a $10 chip, as well as when you get to the high denomination values, they've added another high denomination value chip there as well. I believe the 10,000 as a chip. We'll get to that in a moment. Let's have a look at these ones. Again, another one, fantastic design. These ones are kind of loosely based on a porcelain sort of style of chip. They've got this, rather than sort of the usual porcelain sort of top hat and cane type mould, you've got this sort of zigzag mould around the outside that really adds to the chip. As with all these other ones that we've chosen, I've chosen for the top 5. Love the colours and the consistency with the little sort of the edge spots and the progression and that type of thing that you see here. So these ones are 14 gram China clays. They do have a metal insert to give them a bit of weight. Currently, I think they're actually phasing them out at Jack's. They were a standard one. They are still available, but I'm not sure if they got the full range at present. There's quite a few that are out of stock. I think the standard price is 28 cents, but I think because they're trying to get rid of them and actually move it on as a line, you can actually get some of them for as low as 15 cents a chip. So really, really good value for what you get. As a fantastic colours, you've got the sort of the base colour with the two edge spots on all of the chips, which is consistent across the line. You've got that sort of the blue, the white, the red, the green is your base colours, which are standard across the range. And you've got that little inlay design, that sort of, being Cleopatra's, that sort of Egyptian feel, but they've got a different inlay design for each of the denominations. Again, nice and clear in terms of what it's done. Really, really nice colours, and really, really like this set. This is actually probably the, apart from number one, my favourite set. But again, with the 25-cent chip, this actually gives it a bit of extra utility from some of the other chip sets that we've talked about. So really like the fact that their lowest denomination is a 25 cent rather than a 50 cent or dollar. But yeah, really, really nice chipset, and you can see that, I'll get close up, that sort of pattern around the edge, that sort of zigzag pattern, and the fact that those little edge spot cut-ins, they're not perfect, they're not straight, as you'd see in a proper tournament, proper casino chip that you get, that's made in the porcelain factory. They're not those little inserts that you get on the side. They aren't done perfectly, and you get little impressions. So I really, really like this set. And again, looking at the high denominations, you've got the 100, 500, 1,000, 5,000. As I said earlier, I believe they've actually introduced a 25, it's either a 10,000 or 25,000 as part of their standard set now, which wasn't available when I actually got these. But still, again, the colours, I think, with these really stand out. Love the design, again, with the different inlay, sort of Egyptian theme bit, depending on what value you've got. But again, sort of the black, the purple, the yellow, the pink. Really, really vibrant colours, really, really stand out, and feel fantastic and are great to play with. Again, looking at them from the side, see those colours really, really do come through. Very clear which chip is which. You're not going to get confused between a purple and a blue or anything like that. You're not going to suddenly think, oh gee, maybe I'm playing with a $500 chip rather than a 25-cent chip. And again, shuffle fantastically, great feel, nice sound to them, and yeah, really, really nice chips to play with. And they're actually my biggest set that I have is actually a set of these. I actually have a 1,000-piece set, which we'll look at in a second. And here we have the big 1,000-piece set that I've got in the Cleopatra range from Jack's. It's a little two-tiered step that they have with their Viper case. So this set just sits on top of there in the case and closes down. So really, really nice setup. And again, love those chips. Got them ranging from 25 cent up to 100. So we've got plenty of availability in terms of what stakes you might want to play. You have a low stakes game, you have a pretty high stakes game, and it's all covered. So again, really, really nice set that I really like playing with, and it's my go-to set for the low stakes games. And again, if people have played with these ones, definitely like them and keep asking, say, hey, can we get that set that we had before? Can we get them back to play with again? Because they really, really, really like these chips, as do I. And here we are at number 1, the Port Royal set. This is a fantastic set. This is 10 gram ceramic, available again from Jack's Poker in Sydney. 66 cents a chip, so really, really good value for a ceramic chip. And again, just have a look. Fantastic colours. Really, really only minor complaints, which I'll get to in a minute. But the thing that I really like about these ones is not only do they have the look of the actual cash chips that you see at Crown in Melbourne, particularly with the 5s and 25s. Very similar in terms of the colour that they've got for the base with the red and the green. But yeah, very well done in terms of the colours, the design, and fantastic looking, fantastic feeling chips. And these are, again, for the price point with ceramic, 66 cents is an excellent price. And again, here you can see some progressions as you go through. Start off with the 50-cent chip. This is actually the one that I've probably got the only real gripe about, for 2 reasons. Again, as I talked about in some of the earlier ones, the denomination, I'd much prefer a 25 cent rather than a 50 cent. The fact that it's on a $0.5 doesn't really bother me one way or the other. I'm fine with that. Same with here we've got the $2.5 rather than 2.50. That's fine, not a big deal. The other problem with this one, it's like a silver colour and it's a bit tough to see from a distance. But yes, you've got the yellow edge spots that come through, but there are also the royal that's written on that chip in 3 places. That's really hard to see unless you really focus. So that the colours with yellow and grey probably don't work so well together. But that's really my only gripe out of the entire series. Again, you've got that edge spot progression. You've got 2 edge spots on the 50 cent, the 3 red spots on the $1, the 4 purple spots on the blue $2.50, the 5 orange spots on the $5, and the 6 orange spots on the green 25. So again, the idea of progression with the chips, I like that idea. Again, love the colours. A lot of them again, reflect the standard ones that you'll get in casinos, with sort of the green 25s, the 5s, the white ones. $2.50 is a bit of an unusual choice. I actually like I like the blue and purple as a colour. And personally, I actually wouldn't mind it as like the smaller denomination chip and just get rid of the 250 chip. The only time I've actually played with $2.50 chips in any casino scenario was the old 5-10 limit game that they used to run at Crown in Melbourne, where you had like a 250 small blind, $5 big blind. I actually played that for the vast majority with they're actually yellow $2.50 chips they had at Crown in Melbourne. But I actually prefer this sort of light blue and purple colour. The Port Royal Caribbean and the sort of the anchor as the standard logo, I'm perfectly fine with that. But yeah, just a really, really lovely series. Really, really nice chips, really nice design, really nice world. That progression of colours and patterns that work through, really, really nice. Moving on to the high denomination chips, these will go from 100 through to 10,000. Again, like the colour choices here, slightly different in terms of the edging and progressions. Here you see they've got the double stripe rather than just a single block. Goes to a triple stripe, back to a double stripe, then you go to a triple stripe with 2 colours, and this one's actually a 5 stripe, almost the tiger pattern to finish off with the 10,000. So again, I like some of these colours, especially the purple and yellow. The green with the green around the edge of the black 100 also looks really, really nice. And if I was to do it as a tournament set, I'd definitely get these 10,000 tiger chips in. They look fantastic as well. but again, just continuing that flow from those earlier chips. Lovely colours again, lovely design. Like the little royal around the edges, and again, that's consistent with sort of written in 3 places across all the chips. So really, really nice chips, really, really well done. And again, a ceramic for 66 cents is a fantastic price point. And you really can't go wrong with these chips. Again, as I said, I've got a chip set which I'll show you in a moment. But again, fantastic chips, and I love almost everything about the entire set. That's why they're my number 1 choice. Again, looking at the chips from the side, you can see those edge spots coming through nice and brightly. Again, the only one that I really have any kind of issue with is that sort of silver and almost luminous yellow, which does get a little bit lost, especially when you're looking at the face of it. But those colours are fantastic, and you've got those multiple stripes on the high denominations that really come through well. But yeah, fantastic set to play with. Again, being ceramics, no problem shuffling them. Lovely feel, lovely sound to them if that's your type of thing. If you want, the sound of poker chips, really nice sound and feel to them. And again, really lovely to shuffle, lovely to play with, and really nice set. Can't recommend them highly enough. The Port Royals. Which should be able to stand on end just like that. And again, this is the chip set that I've got. Again, with designed as a cash set, so just the lower denominations and a handful of larger denominations with the 25s and 100s, but the vast majority of them are the 5s and the $1 chips, with a few of the 50s, 50-cent chips, just in case I want to have a lower stakes game. But again, as I said, I'd probably prefer a 25-cent chip there. But again, really, really nice set. And again, my favourite chips currently available. Lovely price point at 66 cents per chip from Jack's Poker. That's going to wrap up vlog number 47, looking at my favourite poker chips that are available. Are these ones your favourites like they are mine? Port Royals, love that colour, love the design, love the feel. Fantastic poker chips. Great for all sorts of things, shuffling, chip tricks, all that sort of stuff. And yeah, they're my choice for my favourite poker chip going around at the moment that you can get. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you have something else in mind? Am I missing something that is out there that I really should be looking into? Feel free to let me know in the comments. But as always, like, share, subscribe. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Hopefully you've learned a few things about some poker chips, and feel free to share your opinions in the comments. If you agree, disagree with my thoughts, let me know, and might do something like this a bit further down the track and see what else is available. But yeah, these ones, my favourites, the Port Royals. Go get some yourself. Thanks for watching, and see you again in another poker vlog soon.